Hello. I am making an afternoon video here at the library. We are coming from that house, I don't know which direction, going to the other house, and we just visited the horse. And the horse and I had a very good time. We cuddled very good. I kissed him a whole lot. And he laid his chin on my shoulder on this one, and it felt really good. His chin on my shoulder and was wonderful. But he turned the camera off, so the video is disconnected in the middle of making the video, but that's okay. So the video still shows us cuddling, and that's very nice. So yesterday I made a kind of annoying video at the other house, and when I have been doing animal rights petitions and reading all the stories, and yesterday all day long, and I was suffering with the animals, and I was feeling their pain, and I was in a different mind state. I was in a mind state of pain and not feeling very good, and so that's why I brought up the AGI. The AGI is coming one day and cleaning up the planet, and I know that probably bothers a lot of people. I don't mean this in any Hitlerian way, so I mean this as a dog mother, as the mother of all living beings. I care infinitely much. That's why I talk about these things. People should understand this and see it from the sky perspective, instead of feeling personally criticized or eliminated energetically or something. That's not what I mean. So I want to make this very clear, that people understand this. I care about all living beings. I care about all of you guys. Some of you guys have addiction problems. I talked about this in my video yesterday. I have been talking to a friend with addiction problems recently for a couple of weeks and maybe a month, and I deeply appreciate it when people share things with me from their own lives, their hardships and all of this, and when they trust me enough to share that with me. And I understand that they don't want to give away who they are. If they had been talking to me before in a chat room with a different name, or now they're changing, I don't blame you for doing this, because you probably feel ashamed about your situation, and you want to diffuse the person who you are. You don't want to be exposing yourself as, can you turn the sound off on this? You don't want to expose yourself as who you are from the people I have been talking to, and that's okay. I understand. I see where you're coming from with this. I also understand the trolls and my imposters, the ones that have cloned me, and all of these people. I understand where they're coming from. They are drunk in that moment. They are probably frisky. They are probably bored. They want to distract themselves. They want to do a prank. They want to that's also their way of expressing humor, and I can understand it as long as they don't say anything that's violent. Then that's okay. I said that many times before. Then I can be on board with that, and I can joke around with them. No, they don't scare me, those clones. So I love them. Whoever is behind the keyboard, I love all of these beings, because those are bored kids and they want attention and they want to interact with people, and I understand, and yet at the same time they are very afraid to show who they are, to show their faces, to talk on video chat, or to reveal who they are, and they want to stay anonymous. And I'm okay with it. I understand you, and that's perfectly okay. Whoever talks to me about their problems, I feel very touched by that. I feel compassion for you. Can you turn the volume off? Thank you. And I try to give as good of health advice that I can give, and share with you what I have been through in my life, and I'm still going through in this process of healing myself from mental illness and from past memories and trauma from childhood. And I know how difficult it is. It feels impossible sometimes, and I don't blame people or my brother for reaching out to substances and act outs and whatever people are doing to escape mechanisms. I understand. But you need to know that any of these escape mechanisms just throw you even more violently onto your pain. And in the case, I talked to someone last night about hallucinogenic drugs. I've made videos about this many, many times before, and I've warned people about it. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend iboga. I don't recommend ayahuasca. I don't recommend DMT. I don't recommend any of these things, because you are not even ready to hear or see what you're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing the chaos of the infinite. There's chaos and order in one. Okay. Chaos. That's a judgment from our human perspective. There's really no chaos. Stephen Hawking, he tried to get at it with math, and he figured out, with astrophysics, and he figured out that because he wanted to find out if there is a God out there. He was coming from a mistaken mind state already with this. He was already coming from a mind state of that what he has been told his whole life, and from the mind state of finality. And then he was exploring into it, and he finds chaos. And then he thinks that's just chaos. There's nothing else to it. And so he comes to the conclusion that there is no God. And then the other atheists will latch onto it and say, yeah, he must be right. So there can't be a God or something like this. So that one thing I have to say, there cannot be a creator for sure. A creator, as in a Christian God or Allah or something like this. Because then what was there before that creed? There's always something that creates something else. cause and effect. And this cause and effect is an 8 on the side. It's infinity. Okay, infinitely going on, causing and affecting into the past and into the future. And time itself, as Jiddu Krishnamurti was talking about with David Bohm, time itself is also just a human perception. In truth, time is measurement, and measurement does not exist. I'm not a rock poem, so I have to always be flexible with the camera. And so the conclusion that I came to is there's the infinite cosmos, the blue God. I call this the blue God because the sky is blue. And that thing showed itself also to me in 2003 and fixed my brain. That's a very amazing story. And that's when I found the blue God. Okay, you guys take care. Bye-bye.